NATO calibers, military caliber choices, military caliber rounds for without rule of law or SHTF. I'm not going to say it's a bad thing to do, okay? It's not bad advice. But I hear everybody all the time saying, you should have a 308 and a 5.56 and a 9mm because those are NATO calibers. I understand why you're saying that. And, you know, they'll follow it up with, because there'll be ammo everywhere for it. But let me just tell you the truth. The military is not going to come hand you ammo. They're not going to be like, hey, bro, y'all got a bunch of 5.56s? Here you go. They're not going to be like, hey, you got an M40? Take this 308 ammunition. They're not going to say that, guys. So get that part of it out of your head. That is a fantasy part of it, a 1 in a million. So if you're watching this, it has hit the fan, and, you know, 10 years from now, you can think back and be like, that guy's an idiot because they really did give me some ammo. But if they were going to give you ammo, they're going to give you guns too, right? So get that out of your head, please. Don't go sell your grandpa or your dad's 30-06 or 270 in order to get military caliber ammo. And don't go sell your AK to get military caliber ammo. That's not a wise decision. Keep that, learn how to use it. You will be better if you learn how to use what you have, or that you're very familiar with it, like a deer rifle, than if you go try to get some high-speed military stuff and put yourself in debt doing it, or put yourself on a learning curve that you can't handle doing it, right? So get that portion of it out of your head. You do not need a military caliber choices. And you know, what's really funny is some of you don't know that the military has now almost all the way there. It's in transition, switching to the 6.5 Creedmoor. Some of them have 6.5 PRC. Some of them have 338 Norma. Some have 338 Lapua. Some have 45 Auto. Some have 9mm. I mean, you're too broad on what you don't understand, right? So and none of them are going to come give you ammo. I promise. You know, in a fantasy world, team guys come in and they pick you up and they save you from some bad situation and you got to fight your way out. Dude, they're not giving you one of their guns and being like, hey, I know you know how to shoot. Let me help you out. That's just not how this works, okay? They're not going to give you bullets. They're not going to give you guns. None of that. I would actually argue that if a government was going to give you guns, then that government would be a foreign government. So an AK-74, an AK-47. Why? Because they'll do the same thing over here. These other governments will come over here just like we've always done, and they will support groups in order to kick off the rest of the wars, right? So like America goes down, say it's a grid down situation. 6-8 months into it, here comes China, here comes Russia, here comes NATO. And yeah, they'll arm little groups of us because what will you see? You'll see one little dictator in that area. So I'm in Colorado Springs now. So maybe you have 4 big powers of people in Colorado Springs, 4 big groups that have formed that constantly get along or fight each other. And one of them's a little more powerful, so they're always trying to get that aid and they're fighting each other. Well, maybe, you know, China or Russia isn't in charge of this guy, so they'll arm these guys to kill this guy, right? That's just really how this works. Or maybe they'll just arm them, not even just to kill this guy, just so you get food as well. That's how humanitarian works. Look at Black Hawk Down. That's a perfect example of that, and that's what I believe we'll see here in the event that situation happens. But I can tell you, law enforcement and police, military, they're not giving you ammo. They're not giving you guns, and they're not giving you ammo. And if they do, you will have a specific job working with them. So don't even plan on it. And, you know, I've heard a lot of people say, oh, police guns will be around everywhere. Okay, let me tell you the loadout that I had as a cop. I know that 40 Smith & Wesson is not popular anymore. I don't even own a 40 Smith & Wesson, but 40 Smith & Wesson was what I had, a Glock 22, okay? I had 2 mags on a mag pouch with 15, so that's 30, 1 in my gun, which is 45, and 1 in the chamber, that's 46. So on my day-to-day, wherever I went, I had 46 rounds. That's it. That was it. In the car, I had a box of 50 rounds. That's it. Like I would have time to go back and load it. On my shotgun, I had 2 boxes of shells, 1 box of slugs and 1 box of buckshot in the trunk. And then I had what was in my gun and what was on the side of my gun for my shotgun. And that's it. At the end of my deal, we got AR-15s. They issued us two 20-round mags. I went and bought two 30-round mags. Now, mind you, this was in a time that tactical wasn't what we did, right? Matter of fact, the Clinton gun era ban was still on, so you couldn't even own them if you weren't a cop. So we got the ARs. We went and bought a couple of our own magazines. And then we had another 2 boxes of 20. So we had 40 extra rounds inside the car. That was it. It's not even enough to get in, it's enough to get you through a gunfight. And that's it. There's nothing special about it. So, you guys have this, like, I don't know. It's like you don't understand that the military is not going to give you ammo, and law enforcement doesn't have a lot of ammo. So there's enough for them to get through one little battle, maybe two, and then they're done. Hurricane Katrina changed a police officer's loadout. I know a lot more carry a lot more ammo now, and they have a lot more in their vehicles, because if you could ever listen to any of them tapes, they were running out of ammo and they didn't know what to do. But I'm just going to tell you, don't get rid of what you have now in order to get military guns, and don't copy the military's guns. If you ever get a chance to hang out with anybody in the military, 10 out of 10 of them are going to say, I'd rather have one of the Gucci civilian guns than I would one of these freaking guns. Anyway, guys, be careful. Don't sell what you have. Just think about it, right? Ponder on it.